awake? It's gone midnight. I thought you were in bed hours ago. What are you doing up at this time? Stupid. Hey guys, welcome to this Saturday's edition of Poppet Fox. So today, first things first, obviously I've moved my pops about. That new line of hero pops got leaked that has like 12 to 15 pops in it, and I was looking at my shelf that I keep my hero pops on, and I kind of realised that I didn't have room for them, so I had to move things about. So I've now got hero in the glass case, so that's a nice little background there, something a bit different. Yeah, some of my favourite pops there. To sort of work out where everything was going and sort of like pre-plan ahead. Because obviously we have Demon Slayer at the end of the year, fingers crossed. There seems to have been some delays with that, I think. A couple of the commons and exclusives are now not coming out till January, February, so... But, you know, I like to be a little bit prepared with these things. Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about an experience I've had on eBay. I've done a couple of videos before talking about buying on eBay, selling on eBay, the risks and all that sort of stuff. If you've not seen those videos, go check them out. I think they're quite useful myself. But this is something I've come across that I've not really encountered before. So I thought I'd just share it and talk a little bit about it. So, as you probably well know if you've been a Funko fan for this last year, Funko Fair happened early on in the year. I think it was literally in January we had Funko Fair, off the top of my head. Could be wrong, but it was early in the year. We had, it might have been late last year. I think it was early this year. Funko Fair. It was incredible. There were a ton of amazing pops announced across all different genres. Particularly anime fans were treated very well at Funko Fair, especially Naruto fans. We had a whole new wave released, we had a bunch of exclusives released, and probably the absolute pinnacle of this event for myself and any other Naruto collector was the Army Black Ops Kakashi figure. Oh, the common looks incredible. The chase is also really cool. So, you know, as a bit of a Naruto completionist, I knew I had to have it. So I took myself over to eBay and I thought to myself, well, I could pre-order 6 of this pop from Pop Culture and kind of try and roll for a chase, because there is no guarantee. A lot of the American websites that had the chase bundle guarantee, they sold out very quickly. So that wasn't really an option, unfortunately. So I found an eBay seller. They were selling just the chase, not a chase bundle, just the chase figure, which was fine, because I had actually pre-ordered one of these figures of the Kakashi one from Pop Figures, because they were doing the ones that have the AAA anime exclusive stickers. So, you know, I was rolling on a chase anyway, and in my head the idea was that I'd have one with the AAA exclusive sticker as the common, and the chase probably would more likely not be the special edition sticker, because that's just, you know, the cheapest way to get it. So I found a bundle. I found a listing on eBay. It was £80 in the UK seller, and as far as I was concerned, brilliant. You know, didn't have to worry. I had a chase coming. It didn't matter if I pulled a common from Pop Figures because I had a chase coming. Doesn't matter. So then we get to June, and this was kind of around the first time we got wind that this particular figure had been delayed. The Minato Namikaze had come out, and they were kind of revealed at the same time, so there was kind of a feeling that perhaps they would release at the same time, but no, the Kakashi for some reason for whatever reason was delayed. So I messaged the seller and they said, yeah, it's Funko's delayed. I'm expecting them in July. I was like, okay, no worries. So I didn't think anything else of it. So obviously then July came and went, and nothing. I started to see people on Facebook groups were getting this figure. They'd ordered from Pop Culture. They were coming through, and obviously I had confirmed with the seller this pop would be coming with the special edition sticker. So I'm not entirely sure where they were getting them from. Because I did ask if it was coming from Pop Culture, because I wanted to make sure, was I getting a guarantee that if it arrived damaged, I would get a refund? And they said no, it's not coming from Pop Culture. They'd ordered like a case of 36 of them from somewhere. I don't know where. I probably should have picked up at that point that was kind of sketch, but I didn't, because I really wanted the figure. So then we move into August, and I send a message again, and I said, hi, I've seen people on Facebook starting to get this pop, so it's starting to come in stock in this country. Do you have any kind of update? And no response. Now, which was weird, because when I messaged previously, I think it was only a few hours before I got a response. So I was a little bit concerned. So I gave it some time. I gave it a week, and I messaged again, and still no response. Now, at this point I thought, okay, well, perhaps I have been scammed. Perhaps this is something that I need to get eBay involved in. So I gave eBay a ring. And there are two things to bear in mind with this story. So I paid for this order with PayPal credit. And if for those of you who don't know, basically with PayPal you can apply for a PayPal credit account. It's essentially a credit card. I genuinely don't recommend doing this, because even now when I make payments to it, because I've got quite high interest, it's not going so great, and that's going to take some time to pay off. So first of all, a side note, I don't recommend using PayPal credit for long-term purchasing, because this is what I was doing when I was a student. I didn't have money. You might notice, I've got videos where I'm buying things. That's because I had a PayPal credit account, and I've created debt for myself because of that. And eBay informed me that if you do that and you use PayPal credit, your purchase isn't actually covered by buyer protection. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, like most people, I don't read terms and conditions. I generally sort of just hold the opinion that, the terms and conditions generally will be fair, and there will be no generally there's kind of no reason to actually scan through all the same terms and conditions. Generally it's all the same sort of stuff. But this, so just as you're probably the same, for your reference, PayPal credit purchases are not covered by buyer protection. Generally speaking, I'm pretty sure I still would have had a case if they hadn't dispatched, just because they'd have contacted the buyer, and they would have stepped in nonetheless. Whether or not I'd have got my money back is another question, because obviously, like I said, eBay doesn't offer pay protection. This is a side note here. When I rung PayPal credit, their customer service, they did say they should, do it, but eBay said they don't. So I would say don't use PayPal credit on eBay, particularly for pre-orders. And that brings us to the actual thing here. Because I pre-ordered in January, that became a problem as well. Because when you go to request investigation on eBay, it only shows you the purchases in the last 30 days. Generally, this is a good thing, because what it means is that you can't buy something, receive the item, and then, let's be real here, it's 8 months later since I made that pre-order. You can't lie, because obviously no one keeps their delivery receipts for 8 months. Of course they don't, because there would be an assumption that probably after a couple of months, if the buyer hasn't made contact, that they have received it. You know, so you don't need to keep the proof that you sent it. So yeah, that's not generally something you do. However, because it was a pre-order and never marked as dispatched, they might have been able to do something, but because it was a PayPal credit transaction, they said they can't. So yeah, it's just something to bear in mind. So where I am at with this situation now, I've had to go to PayPal Direct and have an investigation into the transaction. And I'm doing this because I'm hoping that the seller will see that and kind of like make contact with me. And I will update on how they respond. I won't give the name of the seller, because what will happen is either this perhaps was a one-off, perhaps they're on holiday. You know, it's August. Perhaps they're in sunny Spain for 2 weeks. I don't know. But you know, if they make contact with me, let's say this case opens, and if they don't respond within 10 days, I'm pretty sure it just works out that the transaction is automatically put back onto my PayPal credit account. And if they contact me and say, "Oh, I am actually going to be sending it out," then they can send it out, and then I'll pay for it. One thing to be important thing to note, if you do have to come to this situation, if you open a case on PayPal, either through eBay or just directly through PayPal, do not close the case until you have a resolution. Because if you close the case, you cannot reopen it. Closing the case means that you are happy, you've got your resolution, and you no longer need help with it. You've accepted whatever that current situation is at the time of closing the case. So if this seller messages me and says, "I'll refund you if you close the case," that's not how it works. And if someone says that to you, they are trying to scam you, because they know damn well that if you close the case, that's it, and there is nothing else you can do. eBay won't help, PayPal won't help, and to be honest, in my situation where it's a transaction 8 months later, and it's part of a PayPal credit transaction, so it's sort of lost in my repayments to PayPal credit, there'll be nothing I can do. I will be updating on probably whenever I get an update on this. I think it's on the 20th of August is when the 10 days is up. I will update and say if the seller responded or not and what happened next. But this is something to be aware of, guys. I would say, generally speaking, pre-orders on eBay are a risk. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I know I've not had any actual pops in my video for the last couple of weeks. I've had a number of videos planned that just didn't go to plan. So if you are enjoying my content, or you know someone who might enjoy my content, send my channel their way and hit that big red subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit that big milestone of 100 subscribers, and I do have some things planned for when we hit that mark. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel by simply watching. I will see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.